Hello and welcome back to our 52nd episode of the Labyrinth of Thieves campaign. We are your hosts and storytellers here from Wanderlustdnd, ready to dive into tonight's episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel as we post new episodes every other Wednesday. So, last game, we caught up with Artrin first, within the House of Decadence. After waking from a rather unsettling meeting with the holder of his oath, Artrin was given an ultimatum: return to the rotting god or become nothing more than rot himself. He woke to the startling discovery that his fingers were starting to blacken. While Gizmo and Al went upstairs to work on Venom and Caché snuck away for the evening, Artrin had a little heart-to-heart with Raslair, both of them opening up about where they came from and the lives that they used to live. Before leaving, Raslair offered to arrange a meeting with an acquaintance of his who was looking for some help. Later that evening, while Al and Gizmo recovered from their incredible work fixing Venom, Caché appeared, bloody, broken, and gasping the words envoy. You all then learned about Caché's adventure, meeting up with Locke, who took her to the metal mills, where she could meet with like-minded people, angry about the current situation happening in the city. There, however, who should arrive but, Tarlin from Thieves. Caché then explained how the group and innocent bystanders were attacked by the military and led by the third envoy, Bane, disguised as Captain Melody. It was a shit show, let's be honest. Caché also may or may not have joined Thieves as a consultant, but
Consultant, yes, at most. At most,
consultant. After much needed long rest, you all woke, and Raslair whisked you all away to the brass lounge, where you met a rather strange acquaintance, again, of his. Keal'Voss of the Aether Watch Guild desires to hire you to help with a heist aboard an airship. The Goliath explained that he was sent to retrieve a stolen dragon's egg from the Order of the Emberfall, and the guild's determined to bring it back. So, I believe we also watched some envoy memories, and then the machine sputtered out. A lot happened last game, but we'll jump in nonetheless. Let me just get you here onto... maybe. There we go. Get you there at least. So, you are all still in... Oh... my notes just crashed.
Oh.
We'll never know where we are now.
All good. It's all...
I've deleted everything.
Don't even. I did that yesterday, and I actually just sobbed, and then I realized, it just needs to refresh itself. But I was looking at blank pages, and I was just like, it was awful.
Why?
It was...
Audience, just so you know, she's been claiming that every time that we threaten to go at her notes that, oh no, you'll find nothing in there. I write no notes. So this is just contradicting these completely now.
We know she has notes.
She has notes.
I have so many notes. So many notes. But in that, all of you are still sitting with Keal'Voss, where he's talking to you about the heist. Is there any questions, anything you want to talk to him about before you head away?
Steal a dragon egg, come back. Seems pretty simple.
Yes, I mean, we do have to acquire an airship, though. Did we get any hints on that?
Hello? Air Captain? I think I can find an airship.
Yeah, sure.
I mean...
Have you looked up recently?
Obviously to find one, but could you procure one? I thought, people wouldn't be too helpful for you these days.
Oh, I wasn't going to be helpful.
We were just going to take one.
I understand completely.
My other set of skills.
It's been a while.
Keal'Voss will also kind of be looking at all of you and just be like, Do we fully need an airship, or would flying just be enough just to get on to the airship?
Probably need to fly some distance. I don't really think I can keep it up for that long.
Plus, how are we supposed to get off?
Well, not in that way anyway.
It's a good
not
point.
like that.
We can, see the airship later.
I mean, I could build parachutes, I suppose. We'd be falling straight down, though. It'd be wherever we were. Like, it would be hard to direct it.
Maybe some magic? Know any storm sorcerers?
I could.
Yes, I do.
What about
We
that
could think of
violet
where
skin
the airship
tiefling?
is flying over.
He seems to know everything.
Okay.
If
anyway, this
only,
is all things that
if
can
only we
happen.
had him by our sides.
So
Right.
sorry. Sorry, Al, go ahead.
That violet skin tiefling. So,
I was just going to say, Bubble. This is probably all stuff that we can plan on our way to acquiring an airship.
Amy, what about you, Artrin? Do you have any more questions?
When is this? I don't know his voice.
Pretty good.
Thanks. Keal'Voss will say, in about 2 days' time, the Gembright Guild has helped me decipher that they're meant to be arriving near Manira around 2:15 a.m.
2:15 a.m.
So we should be trying to board the ship, I think, before it gets near the city. Maybe an hour or two before, because if they get anywhere near the city, they're just going to disembark and disappear. We'll never find them then.
If that's the case, we'll definitely need an airship.
Well, you have two...
Like, how willing are you to go near the military with me? The Caché does a cheeky smile.
I could change all of our appearance.
What? Make us look like the military.
Or other military.
That seems worse.
No, I mean, no, sorry, still a Bachelorian military, yes.
Oh, okay.
But not Caché or ourselves as military, just,
But like,
other specific military individuals that we could be copying, I suppose.
you're a lieutenant colonel. Surely they have flight paths. Like, they'll be wondering, why is there a random airship just flying towards them?
The construct has a point.
You think that they use every ship all the time? There's usually some ship that's just about ready to come out of repairs, but is sitting there for a while for the paperwork to come about. We just get one of those. They won't notice for, at least 24 hours.
Hashtag anarchy.
I see no problems with this plan.
Tarla would be so proud.
Caché is turning over a new leaf.
Well, anyway, Keal'Voss will slide over a map, which I'm very excited because I don't actually think any of you have seen this map. I think. Maybe I have in the very beginning, but...
There is no token in the sea which gives you visibility.
Shit! One moment.
It ruins the
There we go.
ambiance every
Okay.
time. Ooh.
So...
I didn't see this.
I think you might have seen this in the very, very beginning, but
Yeah.
this is supposedly supposed to be Manira here. This is Ostra there, Caché, where you're from.
Hey, homies.
Hey, homies. This is where Sinbro used to be.
That's what you blew up.
Sorry.
As long as we're not blaming me.
That's all the destruction you created.
No, that's not me.
That's a lot. That's bigger than several mountains.
Yeah. It's pretty bad.
There was a lot. You were like, you were playing a character there.
You were there.
You saw it
not
happen.
you there, but you were there.
You were there.
You.
I got to see the full scale.
It's like, Al, get out of the way. Behind him. You.
You. Keal'Voss will mark on the map that red X, basically, just kind of saying that's the direction that the dynasty ship is going to come, and then start heading straight for Manira. So if he kind of looks to all of you, if we were looking to just fly up, we could do it from there, or if you have a better idea to get an airship, I'll let you decide, but maybe just keep me in the loop, and who's gonna slide a sending stone over to you. Give it to you first, and then give over to Artrin.
Which direction are they coming from?
They are coming from the west.
The west.
Right? No, that's the east. I'm sorry.
East,
So they're similar to this ship.
Oh,
here,
it's that one up there. Oh, right.
So they're basically kind of coming this flight pattern, and then they go this way.
Around. Yeah.
To kind of avoid
Like
the mountains.
Ryanair coming into Cork.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and they're gonna like screw. So that's his suggestion, but again, you guys decide however you want to get to this ship. Just so you're aware, we don't have to roleplay this, but the ship is going. Usually, airships fly in that particular capacity about 1,500 feet up when they're getting that close to the city. So 1,500 feet.
Of course, Caché knows that, obviously.
Caché would know that, of course. Keal'Voss also has like a general kind of description of the ship. It is a Class C airship, a cargo frigate. So it's about the same size as the Silver Countess, but it's mainly built for cargo, not people. So the Class Bs are passenger, Class Cs are the cargo.
Some quick calculations there. Remind me, the spell fly, is that 10 minutes?
It is only 10 minutes, yes.
Oh, I thought it was 1 hour.
Quick calculation there. 1,500 feet would take us about 12 and a half minutes. and that is dashing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's going 120 feet per round. That's 1,500 divided by 120 is 12 and a
That
half.
would be a tiring ascent.
Yeah, we're getting a ship.
Yeah, we're getting a
Caché
ship.
has no doubt we're getting a ship.
We're getting a ship.
If there was any doubt in our minds, we're getting a fucking ship.
There are plenty. You also don't have to get like one of these frigates. Like there are lots of different ships that you can steal.
Like the military ones.
Oh, those small little personal crafts.
There are.
Yeah, like a
small.
schooner, a flying schooner.
There are
Oh, come on,
indeed.
guys. Something with a cannon.
No, there's no need.
You can have one cannon.
Six.
Cal-
6.
Cal-
I can do a lot with 6.
Keal'Voss looks at the construct. Aren't they the cannon?
Yes.
Yeah, but,
but I
have
have
you ever like been in a situation where you're like, I'd like more cannons.
Caché,
Me a lot.
Caché, were the cannons you always had?
Oh. Fireball.
Into the sky. Wait, I'm inside.
Oh god, I've killed us all.
Brilliant. So, you have some ideas. I'll let you just we can continue to talk about that. But after a little bit of time talking,
I really hope Artrin doesn't think this is a terribly bad idea now. He's just like, what?
Artrin was kind of going, I have wings. I'll just fly up. Oh, they're only for a minute. Oh, and then he started. So he's a little like, how do I get out? So he's been contemplating just. But while you,
I like the idea that he's doing the maths on a 1 minute thing, and I like worked out instantaneously a 10-minute thing. Like,
yeah. Yeah, exactly. So you have about 2 days to prep and plan for your air heist. Razzler will appear nearby, and just give me 1 second. Where are all my notes? There they are. It keeps crashing on me.
Your notes. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Anyway, I'll get you back. Yeah.
You just
So.
need to screenshot them all.
Oh god, that would take me.
terrible.
That would take me days. It's in the cloud. It's in the cloud for a reason, so that it will always be. I would always be. Anyway, it's just for some reason my app.
While
is
we're
freaking out.
getting up that, I think one good thing that we should get is if we know the classification of the ship is the schematics to the ship.
Yes.
To find like entrance ways or like weakness points or because it would be like
This should be in the library, no?
because it would be really great like if we could bring it down outside the city. Like if there was just something that we could be like that's going to cause an alarm, that's going to they're just going to have to make a controlled descent and we can just lay an ambush point.
That involves not getting a ship.
No, we could still get a ship. I'm just saying we can do
okay.
both things.
I mean,
Okay,
we could, yeah.
I want a ship.
Yeah.
You could take the Sun Whisper though.
Yeah, we could take their ship. I was gonna say.
But as a Class C, tell me how many cannons that is? I'm pretty sure that's none.
You don't know actually, because the Silver Countess had 1, 2, 4.
Okay.
Up on the main deck. And that again was just more to scare off pirates and things like that. So, I mean, you don't know if the Class C would. Again, the Class C is the same size as the Silver Countess, so it would probably potentially have cannons. Yeah,
Let's get
need
the
some
schematic.
schematics.
To the library.
Okay.
Once again,
Brilliant. So
it really has all the answers.
library's the best place to go. Kids, keep reading.
Good for your brain and for heists.
Stay in STEM. It's the most useful for heists.
Yes. You never know when you're going to need to steal something.
Never know when you need to steal an airship from the military that you used to be a part of. Anyway, cool. So Keal'Voss will hand over that sending stone to Artrin. So you two, so that basically you can communicate. He's gonna lay low, whether in the brass lounge or in Manira, you don't know, but he's gonna lay low until we kind of decide what you're doing. He would like to. He does basically say he'd like to come with you because he'd like to make sure to secure the egg. But everything else on the ship he doesn't care about. So it's free game. He just wants the egg. But as that's kind of going on, Razzler will kind of saunter back over to you all and just kind of watch you all speak and then kind of make his presence known. Well, it seems like you're all getting along.
Very well indeed.
Well, if you don't mind, I might take our champions away for a bit. And he looks at Keal'Voss, and Keal'Voss has a little bit of a standoffish, just that kind of this is a business partnership kind of thing. Like standoffish. That's the only word I can think of. Razzler kind of motions for you all to kind of follow him.
For you, Al?
Immediately, yeah. I'll just take it. Are we near a bar?
Yeah, I'd say so. There's definitely bars, like a nice big bar, kind of almost in the center of the brass lounge, so that you can come at it from any angle in the building, or any angle in that room. So yeah.
I'd imagine that I'd have a drink sitting on that bar, so I'll just take that and go.
Definitely, there's always a drink for you, Al. Free of charge, of course. Not for the rest of you. You have to pay. But Razzler will kind of lead you out of the brass lounge and kind of behind some curtains down along a hallway. He's basically leading you further into the brass vault meter. And then as you all get close, you kind of get whisked away in that burning fire again with him, and he brings you back to his lounge, but only for a moment. And there does appear to be kind of like a urgency to him. He kind of stays towards the back and ushers you all forward.
Scorch marks on my plating.
Yeah, y'all smell of brimstone and sulfur.
Already smelled the sulfur, thank you very much.
Yeah, you already do reek of sulfur, but basically he leads you into one of the rooms that Artrin was he was opening all the doors the last time, and he goes into he kind of leads you to one of the doors that opens, and it's just black inside. There's even your dark vision is it doesn't penetrate it.
This room is lovely.
Razzler snaps his fingers and it comes to life. And Al, you see a teleportation circle.
Oh, very good. Remind me, how long does it take to take down a teleportation circle?
1 minute.
1 minute.
Yeah.
I will take out a paper and a quill, and I'll look at Razzler. But I'll kind of go to do it, and then I'll look at Razzler and be like, "Do you mind?"
Go on. That's why I'm showing it to you.
I will hastily jot it down.
Okay. So yes, you can take a moment or two to inscribe, take down. I don't know what I'll use it for, but definitely you can take down the circle. He then goes on.
I know the inscription to Razzler's teleportation party. That's not worth something. Nah, much fun.
I mean, yeah. If Al forgets, or you have it.
We sell it.
Yeah. Nice bidder.
Yep.
Hey, Nagitsune.
Anarchy!
Considering she already has his name, I'd say.
That's a little honest.
Pretty
Anyway.
much. Yeah.
Are you saying any of this out loud?
No.
Okay.
No, this is all player
Oh, thank God.
speculation.
Okay.
This is over the table. This is over the table.
No worries at all.
Oh my God! Like it's instant flame death done, Ash. Like
Just, I was like, well, now we're in the abyss. Oh God. But yeah, he kind of leans against the door frame, basically watching Al do his work. And then he'll just say, there are circles in all of my establishments, actually. This is how my gems and I get around without being noticed.
Good to know.
And Al, as you finish, like taking down the last of the circle, or the circle, kind of like the runes on how to get here, the circle actually blazes to life, and a woman steps forward. Similar blue obsidian skin tone, curled horns, entwined in the blue hair. Caché, you actually know this person, as she's the one who found you, bloody and broken upstairs. She kind of gives you a coy smile and just like, good to see you're no longer bleeding on the carpet.
Too much trouble.
Razler kind of stands up a bit straighter now with the arrival of this woman, and he says, Lyraxis will bring you to the Velvet Pearl in the Red Light District, as that is where you would all like to hold up, correct?
Our new home.
For now. You'll have a more direct route to the city, and I won't have to teleport you everywhere, like I am now. But don't worry, Al, and he'll kind of saunter towards you. Maybe I'll come visit you tonight.
Well, that would be my absolute pleasure. But maybe do check in first, considering our group's proclivities, we tend to be somewhat out and about a lot of the time.
Very well. Well, I will leave you to it then. You're in good hands with Lyraxis. You kind of slowly step out of the circle, and I stand in the doorway, and she kind of beckons you all. Actually, do I have a photo of her? I think I do. I don't know if anybody's interested.
Yes?
I think she's pretty,
Yes?
but... yes?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know if that came up.
Ooh. Very elegant.
Yes. So she kind of beckons you all forward. Come close, darlings. Wings kind of extend out around. Any hesitations? Are y'all just going?
Walking straight up.
Sure, Humphrey.
At this point, yeah, Humphrey. Where's Humphrey?
Yeah, making sure Humphrey's with us.
Oh, Humphrey's with you. Yes. Same as Echo. Okay.
Getting close,
She'll take your hand, Caché. Very soft skin. But wings kind of wrap around you all, and you all poof! And end up... Do I have it? I should. We're just going everywhere tonight.
There is no token in this
Oh,
scene.
fuck's sake!
Experiencing technical difficulties.
Lovely.
It's just been one of those nights already. But yes, so Lyraxis brings you to the Velvet Pearl, which is this
The
establishment. Pearl de la yeah, the one.
I...
I practiced that so many times, but I could not get it. So
It's a tough one.
it's a tough one. But I want the Velvet Pearl because it's a really nice name. So if you double click on that little thing there, you can kind of see inside. But basically, as you all kind of come inside, she does actually, like, this teleportation circle that you go to now is actually located in the back stage area. So when you all first arrive, you actually just see loads of people in semi-different like styles of dress, and putting makeup on and getting ready for the cabaret, and they pay no notice to you, but they're all just seeming to be, you know, dancers and performers, and they're getting ready for a show. So, but the Velvet Pearl is exactly what it seems to be. It is like the Moulin Rouge. It is a cabaret, and it is one of Razzlair's establishments up in the Red Light District. Lyraxis will kind of lead you not away from everything, but she basically doesn't give you free reign of the place just yet. She's kind of leading you to where you're going to stay, which is a very small little room with like a single bed. Mm-hmm. Mainly because Razzlair realizes that you probably have some kind of tower of some sorts.
Yeah.
So it's mainly just it's a place. It's like
put your tower here.
Put your tower here.
The parking spot.
It is, and it's minuscule. Like it's almost not noticeable as you're walking through the halls, which in a way might be kind of good. You're very unseen. She will also show you that you can leave out the back. So you don't have to go through the full establishment. You can if you wish, of course. You have a very easy in and out way of getting into the Velvet Pearl, which is nice. Lyraxis will just kind of look at you, though, Al, just kind of really taking you in, as I'm assuming Caché and Gizmo go inside, and she just kind of...
Sipping my drink, which I still have.
It's not often I get to meet my father's lovers. It's almost as if he likes to hide them from me.
Not that I've ever been a father, but that does seem like something you would do, yes. Mind you, I don't know. Different family dynamic, maybe.
Maybe he's afraid I'd devour you myself, so... I jest.
I do hope you mean that figuratively. Yes.
The look on your face was almost worth it. You need not worry. You are safe here. You are in my house now, so it is my rules.
So, any rules we should know of?
Enjoy yourself while you're here. Be careful who you speak to, because you have no idea who's listening. You can find many secrets by all the different patrons, but I'd say the number one rule would actually be very similar to my father, and don't piss me off.
That nebulous last one. Always the clincher. Enjoy yourself, but don't piss me off. Talk to people, be careful, and don't piss me off. Remember, don't piss me off.
Barnett. Comes a whisper from the other side of the door.
But if you are at all worried about any annoying little fae finding you here, you don't have to worry. I don't actually know she knows that this establishment is even connected to us, which is good.
Very convenient.
I must ask, whatever happened to that masked friend of yours?
Well, he went to investigate something his own way, and essentially, it turned out someone he'd been traveling with for a long time was in fact someone else entirely. Someone, I should say, was a rat, Fran. Actually a small elf, no, sorry, not elf, fae being.
Dryad,
that was it.
You're all at the other side of the door.
Oh, the door's open. She's happily having this conversation in front of all of you. Oh, yeah. And she's like lean. She has definitely some of his mannerisms, but there is a slyness to her that Razzlair has this charm, this way of weaving words. She just kind of has this always observing everyone and kind of just like taking you all in way more than even Razzlair does.
feel objectified, and I like it.
Well, it's a shame. He visited me at my table once on the soul trade floor. That masked friend of yours.
Well, I mean, I do remember him coming here and doing a bit of poking around, but he was always very secretive.
Not with me, though. We played one of my favorite games.
I am terrified to ask.
I'm not. What was the game?
Well, I'm assuming all of you know that we demons all feed on different things. Not necessarily food. This is essences. Mine just happens to be misery, which is why I'm so popular. And, well, your friend, let's just say, he willingly gave me his misery.
Does that mean that he didn't feel misery anymore, or?
No.
Remove that part of him.
Yes. In a way. He... How do I explain this? He parted with misery that he no longer needed or wanted to keep. That is why patrons come to me. They are drowning in their sorrows. I can help them. And it sustains me, so.
That does seem like a very convenient agreement.
Yes, and it's a lot easier than making it myself. There's many demons like me who feed on misery, but they cause it, and that's a lot of effort and work. Instead, they come to me willingly. So...
Still don't know if I'd give you mine. No matter how much you'd enjoy it.
I don't really have much to give.
I can taste it from here, Caché.
Thought as much.
Ta-ta for now. Be good. And she'll slowly walk away.
Complicated family.
She scares me.
That was terrifying.
Not just even a little cool, or just terrifying?
Oh no, she's really. I find Caché finds her really, really cool. Like she's already used to this being that's essentially like that she thought was eating her guilt for an entire time. Like this, just like, oh, another emotion this time. Great.
I just like it.
That's cool.
I'm just a bloody buffet to these people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just love the idea. This is like demon lore 101 here, guys. I just really like the idea of demons feeding on something. And while there's like the demons that cause that to feed on, and then there's demons who learn that maybe this might be easier. And make a whole, like, establishment about it. I wonder what Razlair feeds on, so, But...
I have my theories.
You all head into this teeny tiny little like broom closet, but it is a room. It's a small little room. But there is actually to the side a little table full of a few different items. You actually see that each of your names are written on 4 different kind of areas in Razlair's handwriting, of course. We'll do Al first, since Al's is actually the largest.
It's like, who's the favorite kid at Christmas?
I mean, anyway, on the table there is the latest Mineran fashion. Puff sleeves embroidered with like subtle accents of chronergy and like time, expertly tailored, fits you like a glove. Each piece of clothing also matches and complements your signature red coat. You also notice that the clothing is not made from anything from the Astral Sea. or from where you're from, the Amethyst City. It's actually all kind of like material plane fabrics. You also see a container of fine ink and parchment, enough for you to transcribe 2 spells into your grimoire. And then piled on top, like behind that then, is just a pile of ancient tomes and scrolls and stories from far off lands. So for game mechanics wise, feel free to pick 2 new spells, whichever you want. Up to 5th level, you can transcribe them into your book.
Fabulous.
To basically get 2 new spells.
Well, thank you, Razler.
Yes.
Looks like I have some reading to do.
Yes, you will need to take some time, and like I said, just let me know what spells you're looking for, and that'll be within the texts. Caché, you see a beautiful wooden box, just shiny and polished. You open it up, and there is a pack of 10 incendiary bullets. It's like God, as you like open them. So they're armor piercing, so they ignore any bullet resistance, and they deal an extra 1d8 fire damage. So there's
Nice.
10 of them.
These are when I want to really hurt.
You also get a firearm cleaning kit, so it's just for fluff, as well as brand new street clothes. They're very similar to what you have, but then because what you have is like ripped up and shredded from the fight, and full of blood and everything like that. So what you do notice though is that the clothing is I wouldn't say a little, it's a lot more fashionable. It's like he's trying to kind of dress you up a little bit. Give you
She's
a
not
little...
in the military anymore. She doesn't have to dress like that.
Yeah, but finely made clothing, very flexible. You can breathe and move in it. So whatever that looks like to you, you can describe what the new attire looks like. Both of you and Al, it's up to you. This is kind of your way to you can do whatever you want clothing wise.
Give me a few minutes there now.
Yeah, think about it. You got time. For Artrin, there is a gaudy looking bottle. Like Artrin's just gonna look at it, like just it's all it's like all this decor and swirls on it, like covering up the liquid inside. I'll let Artrin know what that is when he's back. What were you gonna say?
No, nothing.
Oh, okay. There is like a handwritten little note though from Razler, like attached to the bottle. So that's for Artrin, and then Gizmo.
Hello.
There is a small, beautifully wrapped present sitting on the table with your name on it. It is uncannily similar to the present he gave Helio in the memory. Like a little dig.
I almost don't want to open it.
It's up to you.
I almost fucking shatter on that spell.
You can if you want. It's up to you. What would Gizmo do? I'll be straight up and honest with you. It does look like he's mocking you slightly. Like it is exactly like the one that was given to Helio, with your name written on it. Just playing with your feelings a little bit.
Yeah. I think Gizmo would like go up to it and like, I like heavily contemplate just destroying it then and there, but just shoves it off to the side.
Okay. So you don't open it.
Not if he's going to dig at my family.
Okay. That goes that section.
It's still there. Might open it at some
It's fine.
point, but
You're totally fine.
he had to use the same wrapping.
He did. That was it. No, it was a dig. So yeah.
Kristen's meanwhile in the background is going, "Fucking open it!"
So yeah, you're all enjoying your new clothes, and on that you Gizmo, sorry, because you're a construct. And he Resler didn't give any clothes to Artrin.
There's just no
No,
point.
you wouldn't.
I don't even know where to begin.
Nope.
That's that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, you're too far gone. I could dress the other two at least.
I could just shoot you and put you out of your misery if you like.
Cashel do it. I just need to tell her.
Jesus. Yeah, so really, at this
God, Caché's very materialistic. So buy her one outfit and then suddenly she'll murder a guy.
Murder someone for them. Yeah.
She's just in anarchy mode. You could probably convince her to do anything at this stage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you could convince her to hear Tarlin out, just saying, something wrong with her.
I mean, he was very convincing.
And Southern.
Oh. So, okay. So we're seeing a pattern here with Caché. She's either hot, sexy demon girl or Southern.
She has a couple of types, and
cute.
that's not
I
her
like
fault.
They're hyper specific niches.
Yeah, they're very.
But when
Very Okay, so note to DM: create hot demon Southern.
Throw that into like mid-journey, just hot southern,
Hot Southern demon.
hot southern demon.
No. I'm afraid of what would come up. Okay, so you have a little bit of downtime at the moment. Obviously the air heist is in about 2 days. You still have the memories from Venom, and not the third thing. So just those two at the moment, and whatever you're deciding to do with the airship, and if you're wanting to go shop, you can now go freely into the city. Before you were kind of stuck in Rasler's lounge. So
Well, we are still being looked for by the military, right?
Yes, but that's just the constant state of our lives now.
Yes, but we should probably disguise ourselves before going outside.
Clothes, is that not enough? No, I'm joking.
they
Of
are
course we will.
very fashionable.
Can make some modifications to the armor style. I doubt they're looking for a specific clock forge, really. Maybe, but
Just the ones that's made of organic material.
I
That
could
is-
potentially
that is a
make us
point.
all- I could make us all look like other people for 8 hours.
can you change the style? Like, could I look like an ordinary clock forge?
Oh.
Is that seeming?
It is, yes. I'm fairly sure I can.
Like seeming. Does it work on constructs?
I'm not really a
Size,
construct, though.
physical appearance,
not
as well
really a
as clothing,
construct.
armor, weapons, equipment.
Because technically, the illusion, you can make the illusion whatever you want, and as long as you can cast it on me, you could choose my illusion to be. I mean, because there's no reason you couldn't make Caché look like a clock forge.
Yeah.
In the same.
Are you a creature?
He's a creature, yeah.
I'm
Well,
just
then
a
yes.
creature.
Are you
I
a
am
creature?
And then I can
Of
make.
course,
I
he's a
can-
creature. He's a living being.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I can do it up to any number of creatures that I see within range.
Okay, so you can make each creature seem 1 foot shorter or taller, or appear thin, fat, or in between. That's such a weird sentence. I mean, technically, we've talked about this, Gizmo, that the suit is attached to you. Like you are.
Yeah, it's
So,
my armor, like.
yeah, it's your armor in a sense. So, I'd say, yeah, I fuck it, why not? Like, it's not gonna change
It's a
too much.
disguise.
It's just a disguise. So, you can make him look like another.
Okay. How long does that last?
8 hours.
Oh, is it? Do you have to focus on it?
Nope.
Wow,
Jeez.
do that every day.
Yeah.
No.
never have trouble again.
Well, we will have
It does-
trouble. You do know that why
Oh,
can't I think
no.
of their name? The big robots.
Yeah, the
what-
peacekeepers. see
Peacekeepers.
through.
They saw through my glamour, which is even more personal, I suppose, than the spell would be.
Thank you
Something
for
to
the
keep in
reminder.
mind if we do come across them. Well, best that we don't come across them for a while.
Yeah, sure.
But
Well,
yeah,
if
I
we're
think
looking to go out now, I can do it now.
where do we need to go?
Ooh, we need to go to
Well,
the library.
Get the schematics and then figure out we're getting the ship.
So, library first, and then do you want to scout the area? Like how, or do you know the area? How, like what kind of preparation do you think we would need for this? We have 2 days, so we can really take our time.
What do I know of the landscape there?
So, are you talking about the military academy?
No, I'm talking about the landscape of the area where we'd be doing the heist.
Oh,
It's like
you
the foot of a mountain, right?
no, actually, it's hang on. It is in the valleys. There's actually a very, very small town right where that X is. This is more like vineyard territory. Think southern France. Rolling hills, blue skies, wild, wild vineyards, all that kind of stuff. Like that's kind of.
I have explored this area in my youth.
Have you? Okay.
I said, would I? Sorry.
Oh,
Too far south for me.
I don't know. I mean, I guess my question would be to you is there's not really anything there that's military related. These would very much be like, little towns and villas and country lifestyle. So would Caché have left during her training to like go to those
You see,
places?
like, I'm not even saying at a point of training. Like, I'm talking about at a point of like I grew up a little north of here in vineyard country. Would I have come down
as
here?
a child that I ever visit, yeah.
Yeah, as like, is that like a common thing? Oh, we'll go down here, we'll visit this town down here.
I'd say so, sure. Yeah. I'd say that it's a pretty quiet, quite tight-knit location down there. Like, everybody kind of knows each other, all the different vineyards know each other, and they're all kind of looking out for each other. This area would have been pretty devastated during the war. So it's only in the last 5 years or so that it's really like been brought back to its full potential. Yeah.
So there's no real place for us to like get a good jump at it. So we do need some way of getting up there if we were to.
Yeah, there's not really
not
trees.
steal his ship.
Yeah, there's not really like trees or anything or any kind of like cover. There's lots of rolling hills and lots of like I said, like think southern France.
See, I'm thinking like we steal as small and innocuous a ship as possible. Because a little bit Chris just talking over the table. Steal as innocuous ship as possible, and from the schematics, figure out a way to what's the least amount of effort to manipulate like the sensors or the schematics or something important to make them voluntarily descend and then take over the ship and fly that back. I feel like that's the easiest way.
In order to do that, we'd probably need to be up in the air.
Yes, I'm
and
saying
get
we steal a very innocuous ship.
Yes.
Something very small, like something that would fly under the radar.
See, I also have 2 hours of flight.
I could do 10 minutes for a couple of people, like.
So that wouldn't get us up. You'd need 12 and a half minutes to get up.
The
So
thing is,
If we were
if we
able
do
to
it
get
that- look-
nearby,
but that's the thing.
and
Like,
then we would fly on board.
From use of spells and all that kind of stuff, we're kind of just going to be flying straight in there, and it's just whatever the layout is. If they happen to be pointing guns at us, not much we can do because we have to go in. They have the advantage completely.
Yeah.
Where I'm thinking is from a ship. First of all, we can be a safe distance away. Use telescopes or whatever. Get a layout. Get to see how many numbers are above. We can get more information. Be within teleport distance even. But I feel like if we fly up using dispels or whatever, if there's any chance of them having the drop on us, like there's just nothing we can do about it.
Mhm.
Whereas the ship, at least, even at worst, the ship allows us to flee.
Yeah.
At worst, you know. So I think like, but there's no point going and getting a massive ship because they'll just see that coming and they'll be guns blazing. Try and get something really small.
Ship.
Yeah. Anyway, is there any way we could like
Make a ship.
DM?
Yes.
In the two days that I have, is there any way that I could potentially work on? Essentially, I want to make Wonder Woman's invisible jet. Can I amplify invisibility to work on a ship? If it's small enough.
Question. Don't we need a ship anyway for that contest that's happening soon? A little tiny ship for that. Why don't we obtain that for that reason and use it as if like we're just testing it out there and get way too close?
I'm just thinking like on approach. Like if we're fucking like invisible coming up and approaching this thing, like this is the turn have tabled, my friend. Like we have complete recon advantage. Like we this is ours. And then we just also have a fucking stealth ship. Like
mind you, yeah.
Stealth ships.
Does seem somewhat insane.
Because the DM is furiously typing.
I'm just spitballing ideas right now, but at the very least, like a small ship that like, and that's a fair point. That's a good reason to, when we're getting it, when we're stealing it, when we're taking it, to try and get away with it. I think that's brilliant. But I'm literally just thinking on approach. How do we maximize our chances here?
Okay. So.
All of your ideas are terrible.
No, this is great. I love all this. We need better music though. This is far too nice.
How long would it take to turn my body into a transformer? So I just go.
I mean, I was
just become a helicopter.
I was prepared for questions on like making jetpacks. So the fact that you're wanting to turn an entire ship.
Yeah, we're gonna get a ship and we're gonna make it invisible.
Okay.
Yeah,
or we create a big enough artillery to take it down.
Oh my god.
Goodness.
What have I done? Okay, so
science.
Al, have you earthbind? Could you earthbind an entire airship?
Oh, I don't think I have that one. No.
Ask us there. Use it as weird too. If you could earthbind an airship, that's so overpowered.
oh, reverse gravity.
That is a possibility, but I do think again, just like taking in terms of advantage, if we do that, they know something is wrong. I like the idea of like we go in there and we fuck with it in some way that they just voluntarily land. They're just like, yeah, we're just gonna check this out, and bam, that's when you get them.
But depending how close they are, they might just continue on.
But like we'll get the schematics. Like if it's like literally like the engine will blow up unless you descend now, I don't think they'll keep going.
So, as amazing as an invisible stealth ship sounds, I
Don't do this to us, DM.
I don't know if there is the capability of having an invisible ship. However, pulling from Saltmarsh, which is why I was feverishly looking through my notes, there are schematics that those ships, some of those ships over in Saltmarsh, use as displacers. So while it won't be invisible, it uses the same ability as a displacer beast, meaning it's very difficult to hit.
Yeah, it's just distorted. Like.
It's distorted. So that is already in the world. So I feel like that's a good, but we're talking stealth ships. We're
That's advanced military tech, right?
I don't want to say
Gizmo just builds that, but on his own. It's
but
like it's like
Al,
Newton and that other guy both discovered gravity.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, Al, exactly. Yeah. Again, I don't want to like poo-foo it, because I think if you could think of a way for that to work, but I can't even find a way to put an object invisible.
Well, that would be the thing I build.
Oh, okay, that's what we're building. Okay. Okay, well, yeah, and
I want a thing that lets me break the rules, okay?
but yeah, so I'd say the closest we could get would be the displacer ability, but even then, like, you're gonna have to get some, you're gonna have to do some enchantment work and get some special items, just like your energized gears, mithril gears, and stuff.
So yeah, probably
just
not
like a long-term project.
A 2-day job, I would say.
I mean, there is the potential of going and getting the mithril gears and finding other items that you're looking for.
Where was it we were going to get those again?
The Undercity.
Yeah, we're going killing the nose. I'm out of them.
Oh god, Caché, Jesus.
It does not twitch in her eye these days.
Yeah. I mean, like, she got broken, but in a positive manner.
Sure. Does those two things belong in the same sentence together?
It makes sense in some sick, twisted way in Caché's mind.
I feel like in Caché's
Sure thing, Harley Quinn.
With Caché, it's more of a thing of if it ain't fixed, don't break it. And Caché got broken.
So what I am going to do here is something. So I'm going to share my screen really fast.
Oh.
I don't want to hear it, boys. All right. Okay. Just because instead of me trying to explain, I thought this might just be easier to just show you my notes of classifications. Because I know you're wanting to go to the library anyway to look at schematics, so we're gonna just do this here. So Class A, skyship. I wanted to show you the smaller ships. So you have like a swift sled, which is short distances. This would be like the types of ships that they use within like Manira to Astra, or up to some of the other kind of towns and cities within Manira, or within Avasha, so it's kind of a smaller distances. You came in on the Class B air frigate. So this is the Silver Countess, basically. And that's very similar to what the Class C is as well. So it's a gargantuan aircraft. You then have the large aircrafts, again, the swift sleds. You then have the fire skiffs, which are like private skyships. So a lot of the elite would have private skyships. They kind of look like that. Then you have the fireflies, which are what they talked about you needing for the contest. They usually have a capacity of like 3 or 4 people. Yeah, so they're like the speedsters, the racer. They're like a little racer vehicle.
Yeah, what's the
Getting one of them
speed?
for sure.
Say again?
5 miles per hour. What's the class of the ship that's coming in? Is it a Class B or Class A?
It is a Class B. It's this one here.
That's 1.5, right? Yeah.
And that
1.5.
has a speed.
It depends on how high you
What
go.
they're pumping out.
Yeah.
No, 1,500 feet.
Oh yeah,
Right,
guys.
yeah.
I just wanted to
35
show you
miles per hour,
how
yeah.
much I went into.
Yeah, that's pretty detailed.
Yeah. So yeah, they approximately, depending on how high they are, they can go about 840 miles per day. I understand for 24 hours. I understand that like in other places, like I was doing so much research into skyships, and they're like they go like 10 miles per day, and I'm like, yeah, but what if they're up high? You know, because that's gonna change. Because you can anyway. Yeah. So I had to do those calculations.
10 miles per day. That's particularly slow.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah.
But it's like because they're like, I don't know if whoever did that calculation only had them up like 20 or 30 feet in the air. Kind of, yeah, I don't know.
Then like you'd expect a bit more just by like the winds themselves would
Well, that's the other thing too. Yeah,
push
if
it
you
a
got
lot faster. Like
because the only thing is though with airships, and this is something else that I looked at, airships can go against the winds, no problem. So they actually like that's one of the reasons why they moved to the kind of pleasure cruises and the cargo to airships rather than skyships, because skyships mainly deal with, they have the Ethereum core obviously powering it up, but their sails, they're affected by the winds. So they're working a little bit differently. They have to go with the winds, which is why, Caché, you are used to a skyship. That is your bread and butter. That is what you use. The airships are a little bit more like you go up, you go from point A to point B, and that's it.
Yeah.
They're not for fighting.
Fireflies are the tiny, speedy ones.
Fireflies.
Are they airships or?
They are kind of in a way. They're like, what did I say? A beautiful blend of magic and technology. Yeah, they're like little speedsters. They'd be like a motorcycle.
Will that reach 1,500 feet?
That is a good question. I don't think they're made for that, but with some tweaks, maybe.
Okay, and what was the one above the Firefly?
Above the Firefly is the fire skiffs. So, they're
like pleasure cruisers almost, right?
Yeah, they're like little small. They're I think one crew. So it takes one kind of captain pilot, and then
it's like a yacht versus a speedboat.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
But could you turn a speedboat into a fighter jet?
You'd probably.
No. They're different methods of travel. That's water.
No, I'm talking about in terms of the roles they fulfill.
Like on a speedboat.
I mean, I'll say I'd say this. Well, the nice thing with the fire skiffs, this fire skiff is a little mini skyship, so it deals with sails. It has Ethereum core, but it deals with the sails as well.
I feel like we could if we could get the fire skiff tonight. Or the fire skiff, the Firefly. If we could get that tonight, between me and Al, we could modify it to make it capable of getting it high up. And then, like, I don't know if you'll allow me to, like, maybe research into this displacer technology then, and see if, like, I can work something into it, even if it's not perfect.
Like a kind of enchantment.
Just because
it would be
I like the idea of it.
Yeah, it would be an enchantment basically into the ship. I think in Saltmarsh there's like 3 they're kind of attunement slots for your ship. So I would allow these. I want these to have these the same. So they would have like 3 attunement slots that you could kind of basically enchant.
Okay, so would one would be taken up by the displacement, and then would another one be taken up by modifications to make it
higher altitude.
Higher altitude. So my question then, are you talking about the Firefly, which is only about 3 to 4 people, or are you looking to do the fire skiff, which is a little bit bigger, but you could have I would say you couldn't attach guns to the Firefly because it's pretty small, and you're gonna all be on top of each other too. Like it's a pretty small, little compact, little.
I think that's what we want, though, isn't it?
Okay, so that's
Firefly or
the Firefly. We want to be compact. We want to get there on them quick.
Okay.
And not have a need to have a firefight in the sky.
So this is your little speedster.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we can use it for the competition later, and it's grand. Dual purpose. I love a thing that does 2 things.
There's 4 of us, so there we go.
Yeah, we can wrap one of those, though.
All right.
Or
we're gonna try and take fight a Firefly.
And like every time we were going through these details, like Caché was claiming that she could get way better performance than Amber said every single time. She's like, I definitely have it. 100%.
God, I'm still sharing my screen.
Damn it.
You have to take her at her word.
Say nothing.
Okay. Anyway, there you go. So, like I said, I just thought that would be easier to show. I actually don't know. Do I have? I don't think I did. Oh, I do. I only have 1. Never mind. Yeah. So yeah, so there's your kind of. Oh, I kind of do actually. I don't have the fireflies though. I have the fire skiff. Anyway, I'll add them later. But yeah, that's kind of what you're kind of looking at. So if you're looking to get a firefly, you can definitely look to get one of those.
Where do we keep it?
The bigger ship.
No, but like for the day and a half to fix it up, where do we keep it until we? As well, we need to.
Could we
like,
get
we
it
need to take
into
soon
the?
to get it fixed up.
I assume it's like getting like a big canoe or something like that into a workshop. Like, how big does your tunnel open for your tower?
Well,
Can we fit this?
Can we fit this fires?
how wide are we talking? Because the door has to be able to open large enough for, you know,
That's what she said.
for people of all shapes and sizes. So
Yeah, what's the average size of these things? Gosh, I had no idea.
So you're asking what's the average size of the entrance to your tower?
no.
And the average size of the ship that we'd
Oh,
be getting.
Yeah,
Average
like the
size of the
width
ship.
kind of thing.
Sorry. I think I said the ship is 10 feet long, 5 feet wide, and 5 feet high, or so.
Okay, 5
God,
feet wide.
it's 10 feet long.
I believe it's 10 feet long.
Oh yeah, you get that in a door, no bother.
I think. Hang on.
We're gonna
Oh,
be
that
squished.
that is going to be cramped.
I might not have the right measurements. Hang on. Speedboat size.
Maybe though.
That's super helpful, Google. Jesus.
They go from this range to this range.
No, that's still too big. Yeah, like what? Motorboat. Sorry. I need motorboat. Oh, this is not helpful. It just keeps giving me like length, and I'm like, but what is the length? Oh god, this is in meters.
We've convert.
3.9 meters.
So you're looking at about 12 feet.
Okay.
Wide.
Length.
Oh, 12 feet in length.
And then width is 1.6.
That is just 6 foot, I think.
Yeah, so I was nearly right. So 12 feet by 12 feet by 6 feet by 6 feet. So it's very it's like a little motorboat. Yeah.
That's really cramped.
That's very small.
Just as a quick thing, do we know the general size of the next one up, the fire skiff?
Fire skiffs are
Like,
about
all much bigger.
25 feet long.
Okay.
So they're
So
like
fair.
a bigger boat. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a fair difference there,
Yeah.
right?
20
We'll
to
get there one
25.
day.
Definitely fit a firefly into the tower, but the tower only lasts so long, so we'll have to take it out and put it back in again.
Well, more or less fine. Why we do that once, maybe twice, and then we'll be using it.
We might need 2 ships.
Why 2 ships?
Well, they're very small. And you're quite large.
Would be
To
fine.
be fair, I can use a more slimmed down version of the model of the armor, but you're not wrong. But I would still say we would manage to fit in. Again, I suppose it's what do we want to succeed in this?
Caché makes some wild claims again about how she could run this with 12 people in it and still get that thing right where she needed it to go. She's confident as all hell.
Right. Okay. Well,
Better question. What do you want long term?
Long term, the sea. But we just need this one to get the big one.
The sea.
Yeah.
Ocean.
The cargo sheep.
Oh. Oh, you want the cargo one? The big
Yeah.
one.
That's why we're getting a small one
Got
to
it.
infiltrate and take the big one.
Well, I will say this. Can all of you roll me a history check? I think this is the first roll of the night.
It is actually.
Just talking about ship sizes.
For one.
Oh, God.
The first roll is a 1. No.
Always good.
Okay.
That's so typical. I'm so
21.
sorry. 21. Okay.
Oh, a 1.
Okay. So Gizmo is so distracted with trying to figure out lengths and sizes and like how to fit in different things, all that different stuff. Caché is convinced that she can fit 12 people in a 12-foot firefly. Al, you remember that to get up to the red light district, there is actually like a little mini dock. Where lots of little transport ships come and drop off people and then go back. There is like an area kind of similar to like, I know we're using a lot of ship references, but like there's a place where like the private fire skiffs will like dock for the night. So just
So there's a dock.
just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Would what's his
I will. Oh yeah, no, I
lady-
will say that. I'll be like, well, we could also just, rent a space at the dock.
Well, it's not more or less about necessarily where we're keeping it. It's the fact that it's not going to be ours is that I'm a little bit more wary of. But I do think that if there's like a private place that we could either pay someone to not ask questions. I was going to say if our mentor for, I suppose, for the night, Lady Lyraxis,
Yeah.
She'd probably be likely have some sway in this district if we could just ask her to make
Like
word
knows.
of that. Yeah, just ask to make word that if there's a particular ship parked in a certain spot, that no one's to ask any questions about it.
But one problem
You
there.
might even have a place.
The constabulary is literally taking cargo from ships coming in anywhere. This place, like, it will be... We cannot bring this ship close to the city. If we are to use it,
The little ship.
we are to enter it outside the city. Cannot keep it in.
Yeah, where are
Oh,
we
yes,
actually
no, but
taking this
the little
this ship from? Actually, where is this being kept?
I had just... And, I mean, there have been a few cases, and as long as we have, again, the smaller ship of leaving it in the sky. A little bit off. With some, think of some way of keeping a cloud form around it.
You mean to fly it?
No, as in literally just leave the skyship floating in the sky, disguised inside cloud or by some magical means.
Flying.
Yeah, just floating.
Yeah, no, like that's fine, but I don't think I'll be able to do any modifications while it's flying. Like it would need to be like docked to at the very least for me to do that.
Well, we don't need to modify the cargo one just yet. We don't even know what it has.
No, we need to modify it to reach that altitude at the very least. It won't.
Oh, I was talking about the storage of the big ship. I thought you were talking about that.
No, the little one.
Caché's already there. We've owned the ship.
Caché's already got an army behind her. She's charging in on the ship. Like, there's already a fanfare happening in her head. Like, what?
You haven't even gotten the ship yet.
Very confident.
I was so confused there. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh my god.
She's talking about hiding the ship she's already got.
Well, while we're planning this, we'll give Caché some pen and paper so she can plan our victory speech. That's where she's at the moment.
So funny. Oh.
Well, no, but genuinely, like, where do we bring in the ship that we're stealing first? Where are we bringing that ship?
Well, like, if we bring it into the tower, can't you open the tower anywhere?
Well, I can.
But then we can't move the tower.
Exactly.
How
The
wide
ship
can your bag of
remains where
holding
it is.
open?
Bag of hold. Okay, now we're stretching limits.
Literally.
I'm pretty sure that's how you tear a bag of holding.
Fair. Well, if it's a little one, it should be okay to hide, because I think the constabulary is only looking for cargo, trying to get their tax.
People said they're searching all the cargo ships, but not the.
I wouldn't bring the cargo ship in, even if there was a lot of precious
We don't
cargo.
have the cargo ship yet, but we need to plan accordingly. Like, stop mentioning the cargo. That's the end goal. That's not next step. That's if we win.
I'm thinking positively for the first time in months. It's the first time since you've known me. And
I don't like it. Go back to being depressed.
At least then you think straight.
I'm thinking confidently.
Oh my god.
Well, here's another question as well. Are we just going to go down to the docks and take the nearest firefly we see?
Taking the best one we see.
I will say, Caché, you
Yes.
know that the fireflies, there are no fireflies in the military. These are more like little racer ships.
Yeah.
So the military would not have anything to do with them. So there are a few places that you know that could have fireflies for purchase. I'm all for stealing as well. You decide what you want to do. But obviously there'd be a few like parked there wouldn't actually be as many at the air docks or the air harbor. I would say you'd have to probably go into the Green Spires, which is like the posh district, to get like private little racers. But there are
F1 district.
You do know from like the Gauntlet talk that there are certain patrons in the city who would have fireflies for people to rent or buy for the Gauntlet.
Is there like an underground, through the sewers racer network where we can like?
Fuck yes.
We can enter in. We can pretend that we've always belonged and try and win a ship.
I would say there is, and at that moment when you're thinking of that question, Gizmo, there's a knock at the door.
You should really install a doorbell.
Open the door.
Venom stands outside the door.
Hello, Venom.
As you're kind of seeing, like from like the head is Venom, and the body, the top part of the body is the metal envoy, but the rest of it is actually like slowly transforming from the blue skin tiefling that they usually kind of take on the form of. But they quickly step inside the room and close the door. Just kind of look at all of you. Look around the room. This is small.
Yes, well,
It's about what you do with the space.
yes, exactly. I'll just show 1 second. I'll summon the tower.
They point at the bed. All for you?
On for show.
Well, it's actually the guest room if you'd like to stay, Venom.
Perhaps it is nice to have the fresh air.
I suppose you are generally kept in a rather stale environment. Hot environment.
Warm, yes. Stale? No. But it is nice to walk freely. And kind of scans
I'm very
the room.
happy for you. I'm very happy for you to be able to do that.
I wanted to thank you both. If I hadn't said it before. More and more is coming back.
Are you feeling more like yourself?
I don't know who I am. So, I don't know if I feel like myself.
I suppose that's perfectly fair. I don't think anyone really knows who they are.
Are you all in the tower, by the way?
I'm just like in the
Summoned
process
it.
of opening.
Oh,
the
you're
door.
opening
Yeah.
it. As he's kind of scanning the room, looking over you, Gizmo, again with those eyes of just taking you all in and taking in Caché, checking on your wounds, Al as well, taking in all the new clothes that you're wearing. His eyes focus in on the present shoved to the side. Oh, you did not like his gift?
I didn't overly appreciate the message that came with it.
And what message is that?
The paper that was used is familiar to me, and he knows that. He chose that on purpose.
To elicit an emotional response from you?
Likely. I'm sure he saw it in a more playful way, but I'm still kind of coming to terms with how this all fits together, and I'm not sure of him yet. Little things like that make me think that my first instincts were correct.
May I ask, what are your first impressions?
Of Raslair. Someone that I couldn't trust as far as I could throw them.
See him calculating actually how far you could throw him? When I first reactivated, I was too afraid to look at the memories, the ones I gave you. I still find myself worried to look back at what I did, what we did. But one thing didn't change was the way I felt about Raslair. I'm not trying to change your thoughts on him. He is a complicated being. But I do think he wants what's best for me and himself. And Lyraxis.
I see that he does seem to genuinely want the best for you. And that is the only reason that I have given him any leeway. Maybe I'll come round. But I need a little bit more time to work through it. And I'll reach down, I'll pick up the gift, and I'll hold it by my side. I won't open it, but I'll have it held.
He'll kind of place a hand on your shoulder. You don't ever have to trust him fully. Just a little bit of like pulled on the smile, and he follows Al into the tower.
I think Gizmo will kind of stand there for a moment and kind of like holding the gift out in front of him for a moment, just looking at it. Shake it a little bit. And just kind of still holding, but let his hand fall down to the side and follow in. No more than like 10, 15 seconds.
Kind of rattling it next to the sensors of your suit. It's quite heavy, and it feels like there's a lot of undeterminable small pieces inside.
About 1% to me does really panic and hope that I didn't just break whatever it was that was in there.
Just glass shattering.
Yeah, I know, yeah. That may have been a mistake.
Didn't want to open it anyway.
Yeah, no, that's 90% of
he's
it.
not
It's still
opening
like,
it,
nah,
that's
you don't really care. But 1% is just like, but yeah, I follow in, and I keep hold of the gift from the head for the moment.
Okay. So I'll head in to the tower, which is lovely and spacious. And do I have the image? I don't know if I do. I do. Al, your tower got a little bit of an upgrade.
Oh, did it?
Oh yeah.
Oh god, my token has vision.
Thank you. I remembered one at least.
That's lovely.
Ooh.
Just something nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's perpetual, like either sunrise or sunset. And just
Never know.
yeah. Al, does your tower change actually? You've had it one way for a while, but do you want to add anything to it? Switch it around?
I'd imagine I would have taken some inspiration from Razzler's Lounge and maybe had a few, a few open flames about the place as well.
Aww. I like that.
And I
can't
would
get away
also-
from him.
Yeah.
Gizmo walks in, immediately walks back out.
Oh, fuck this.
I'd say I have a chill out zone for Caché, which is just like
Padded room.
basically padded. It's a velvet room. It's all like cushioned walls, but it's like velvet and like soft and dark kind of colors. It's got like a little small whiskey bar. It's got like a big gramophone playing some like nice sort of soothing jazz.
You are calm,
really dark,
Caché.
melodic.
You are safe, Caché.
Going into my room.
Breathe.
I think it would probably be also very inspired by Caché's house.
Very good. Okay, so there's a little bit of
Dark and homely.
Just curtains.
curtains,
Curtains,
like
exactly.
draw.
Those curtains.
Yeah, nice little
nice
home away
couch.
from home. Yeah,
Mhm.
a few dead plants.
Hey, no, they were alive the last while.
That's
remember?
only because of Gizmo.
Yeah.
And
Truly
then
because only because of
definitely a
Gizmo.
workshap. Like obviously, I'd have a fabulous workshop for Gizmo.
I feel like I would
probably-
have like asked them if there could possibly be like the chains they have for like the power armor in Fallout. Something to
would
just
be
like
that.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
oh, brilliant.
the armor stands, like yeah.
It would be. I'd also say that this time, just in case we happen to bring the ship into the thing, I will also have like those things they have in like mechanics where they have like chains and like stuff. That they
Yeah.
can just pull
Pulleys and stuff. Yeah.
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 And like big tools.
I
This
love
is an
those.
auto shop now.
Oh,
Yeah.
brilliant.
I'm just
And
gonna
Like
say this
it was like the
configuration,
last
'cause I
time we were
might
here, it was
improve
like
the tower,
test
but-
tubes and vials and like they
Yeah.
solder it. Now we're like fucking crank the fucking thing up, yeah.
It's a workshop.
It is a
Oh,
good workshop too. Like everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well-
can smell the grease in oil already.
I was gonna say.
I'll also have
go
like
ahead.
the pool room, as it
Yep.
were. I'd like to have it kind of dark and murky, like the Underdark. So like nice little kind of glowing mushrooms and stuff everywhere, and just kind of like really soothing, but
Rocky and
rocky and somewhat natural.
Shay goes in there, and you just can't tell if she is turning into steam, shadow, or what the hell is mixing in the
Yeah,
corner.
yeah,
Like
shadow.
it's like
Caché just disappears.
yeah,
Yeah.
really trying to relax me out, aren't you?
I
Try to
mean,
relax everyone,
you
really.
are-
I mean,
you
I
are
think
sho-
everyone should relax.
yeah, you are shouting a lot about anarchy, so.
We make
Well,
better
Miguel is the one
people
shouting
relax.
anarchy. To be fair, Caché is just doing the anarchy.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, but see, Caché, we could just fucking force into a sofa bed and just be like,
Yeah.
shh.
Shh. With a pillow.
Yeah.
Remember your mindfulness exercises that you've been doing for years? Can we go back to them?
You gotta go back to them, yeah. But Al, I have to ask you, what about for yourself? You've made a lovely little spot for all of your
Oh.
companions.
Well, I mean,
What about you?
I think that in this living room sort of area, there's also I'd say the observatory, is like part living room, part observatory, and I'd like to think that I've just got a big telescope that reaches out. That, like, basically, if I focus in, it looks like projections of any of the different like realms and stuff that I've gone to, and I don't think there'd be much else for Al, because like everything that he's done for others, but also that he would greatly enjoy himself. It's very much his idea of what they'd like and what he would like them to like. So that's probably it. I have a marvelously decorated bedroom.
Marvelously. Yeah, of course.
I'd
That's
like to think
lovely.
it's not so grandiose as it is like pop, like bright colors, like thinking 70s, 80s kind of
Oh,
weird
like
roundies,
weird, funky colors that just seem to
disco
work.
kind of. Yeah, exactly.
Love it. Love it.
Art Deco.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, lovely. So, all of you have your spots, your areas in the tower, and you can do what you would like for the rest of the day. It's afternoon, I'd say, or so. Artrin's gonna probably head into the little murky pool and soak for a bit. Venom seems to just kind of be standing in the kind of main living space, a little taken aback by everything. Well, obviously, living with Raslair is one thing, grandiose of his lounge. This is like nothing he's really Venom's ever really seen before. So he's kind of just taking it all in and going from room to room and observing. He'll probably come sit by you or come near you, Al, and just kind of be in the space.
Well, welcome to my home. Well, it's more of a door, but it's a home.
It was strange we just walked through nothing and then came into here. It's very similar to how Raslair moves through the city. But this feels far away.
I mean, it is technically as far away as you can get, and also as close as you can get.
Where are
It's-
we?
A different realm of existence. A demi-plane.
It's kind of a relative question.
That is interesting, but sad.
What's that?
Raslair will not be able to visit you here.
No, but he knows the room that I'm staying in which the entrance to this place is located.
No. If it is truly another plane of existence, Raslair will not be able to visit you here.
As in, he won't be able to stay in the tower?
No.
Oh. I didn't know that. Why is that then?
You can see for a moment Venom suddenly... I don't think you, like... I think it's very hard to truly understand what's happening. Can you roll me an insight check?
Okay. $18.
Is that panic
Oh,
on the envoy's face?
don't worry, Venom. I won't say a thing.
It's a little bit of a Hagrid moment. I shouldn't have said that.
I should notice it.
I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, Venom just kind of goes quiet and just the panic at first has gone now, and they're just kind of sitting there.
Would you like to look through the telescope?
Yes, gets up and goes to the telescope.
I'll show him. Like, I'll point out all of the different realms that I visited and all the different planes of
Ooh.
existence.
Al,
Been to
what other
somewhat
realms have you been to?
Well, the one I'm from, the Astral Sea.
Okay, the Astral Sea.
And there'll be like a shimmering projection of the city in the distance,
Mm.
but quite distant.
Mhm.
There'll be astral dragons floating around the place. Probably some, pirates.
Conscious stealers, yeah.
Particularly, yeah. And then
Which
I'll
just feels like a
show-
whole nother campaign, by the way. Like, I got so many ideas.
I'll probably show I'll show like maybe some of the planes of hell
Mm.
as I would have, on my journey. Not willingly, but any small snippets that I could remember. And
Yeah.
I'd imagine some large confabulations of enormous flowing waterfalls of lava and
Mm-hmm.
towering towers, pointy, sharp metal spires swarmed by flying black things. And yeah, I kind of ask, I'd go, and so, do you know of where Raslair is from?
I believe demons are from the abyss.
And I'll kind of point the telescope to the abyss and the in its kind of somewhat dark and disturbing nature,
Mm.
rather different to where we are now.
The few times that Raslair has spoken about his realm of twilight, I read the shifts in his tone of voice. I don't think he enjoyed it as much.
Well, I suppose he has far more freedom here. Does he ever go back? Oh, sorry, he can't, I suppose.
Panic again. I should not tell you more,
Okay.
but I perhaps you can help.
If I knew more, perhaps.
I don't remember everything. I think some of the answers are in those memories. But I am too afraid to... No. I was afraid to witness them, but that is actually why I came. To see if you were going to watch them.
I'll look at Gizmo.
Gizmo is over in the corner and going, "Why can't this confounded thing?" Ah! I'm just he's just been working on that. Huh? This is out of all the things you've seen him make, this is gotta be one of the simplest. There's nothing to this
There's
thing.
nothing to this
And
one.
yet and yet he just cannot figure it out. It is just, every time he puts something together, he's like, yes, it just goes and falls apart again.
Do you need a break over there?
Nope, I've nearly got it.
Well, I mean, I'll be saying to Venom that you're free to go and talk to him. Perhaps you can help him with whatever he's doing.
Indeed. And he gets up and leaves the telescope very gently. Despite there being so much like power to his essence, he seems to be quite gentle with that and goes to move towards Gizmo. Stops as I'm sure Gizmo shouts again. Just kind of
swears in Fae or Sylvan.
May I be of assistance?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Of course, yes. Please. Normally don't get so frustrated or flustered over these things, but this thing is just completely confounding me. I had it working earlier. Not really sure what happened.
Perhaps I can help, and he'll move kind of forward, and he'll just twist something very gently and back into place that was just causing that one little bit of turmoil for you, and everything comes to life, whatever you're working on, and Venom kind of look to you.
You, my friend, are a genius.
Genius is you and Al, but I do believe your emotional state is probably what's causing you to make mistakes.
Well, lots happened in the last while.
Would you like to talk about it?
It's okay. I appreciate it, but I overheard a little bit of what you were saying earlier, and you're here to look at these memories, and I think that's what made me want to get this working a bit quicker. I'm so delighted that you've found it in yourself to be brave enough to want to see these. I can't imagine what kind of step that would have taken for you.
I think I copied you. And Al. It couldn't have been easy to step before something like me. And that's not me thinking of myself in any other way than I was made to kill people. But you saw something more in me and wanted to help, and maybe these memories can help.
I appreciate that. And you're not wrong. I was afraid. But I do want to be honest and clear. Even if it were a case that I didn't know that you could kill me or not, or that you would choose to, I'd have still done what I did because you had the right to choose. It's taken me a bit of a while to figure out exactly what's important to me, but something about knowing that you and Stalker, for what you were created for why you came to be, to have that taken away from you, that was something that I could not ignore.
May I make an observation?
Of course, I'd be delighted to hear it.
Do you believe the internal goal that you so carefully hold close to your chest to help constructs like us, first with Stalker, then with me, is because something was taken from you?
I mean, probably. We're all broken in our own way. But we can choose to let that define us, or we can use the pieces to build something new.
I'd like to be like that.
Well, I think this is a great first step. And I think we're ready. Well, whenever you are.
I don't know what we're going to see.
Well, whatever you do see, we're here for you. We're here to help. Whatever comfort that is to you.
It is a comfort, yes. I am slightly worried about your companion. Her elevated heart rate and mental state is very different now. A major shift has occurred, really, in the last 24 hours.
You could say that, I mean, from what she told us, I'm surprised. I'd be surprised if anybody came out of that completely sane. I'd be a bit more worried for them if they came out completely sane. But I know Caché, and when she sets her sight on something, I'd hate to be anything that gets in the way of that.
I agree. She reminds me a lot of me. Or what I could be. But I think I want to be like you. And Al.
Oh. That's your choice now, isn't it?
It is. Well, now that that is fixed. A little bit of awkward pause as they're just waiting for you.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes. Thought you were going to say something else. It looked like you were. Never mind. Let's go. Whoever wants to see, I'm going to get this set up again.
Yes. Should we do it in the dark, cozy room?
I can't see why not. That seems optimal.
Is that the wet cozy room or the velvet cozy room?
The velvet one, the one with the alcohol.
Oh, perfect.
Well, all rooms have some alcohol, but this one has a more extensive range.
You're not saying anything about me.
Any chance you can make like a fold down white fabric appear?
Oh, well, I'm sure I can. Yes, that shouldn't be a problem.
Of course, why not? A white fabric falls and becomes your screen. This is now the movie room.
Yeah. Anyone got popcorn?
Takes a moment, Gizmo, because I do believe it sputtered out last time.
Okay.
But you can kind of put it back together and makeshift it. And
for the sake of like when I'm playing them back, because Venom's here, I'm going to play the first memories that we watched again.
Okay.
I mean, if you don't want to have to go through them again, but
yeah,
just,
you're fine. You're fine.
I'm not gonna be like, we're gonna skip halfway into the movie.
You do, from where the party last left off.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. So you watched the first two memories with Venom. Chris, are you okay? I know it's 5 minutes to 9:30. This will probably just be like a minute or two over. Is that okay?
Okay.
Cool. Play the first two memories. Neither were too upsetting. However, after the first one, Venom does look at you, Gizmo. I understand now.
Context.
And the second memory actually looks a little bit more towards Caché, because that's the one where the military was like taking pot shots at the constructs. Kind of looks to you, Caché.
Worked with.
I can't hear you for some reason.
You're too
I
quiet.
heard
Oh.
worked with, and that's it.
Yeah. I've only ever worked with Dark Forges. I never experienced it. If I'd seen a soldier do this, court-martialed. Promise you that.
I think if some of the memories are starting to flood back. I think they saw us as expendable. Which, in a way, think about it, we weren't sentient. So they were not wrong. In war.
Still a bit twisted.
Yes.
They didn't use the ships in the same manner. Should have recognized your value at least.
Well, it does make me feel good that some of my brethren were valued.
R.I.P. Rob.
Oh, Rob. Making a guess.
Forever missed.
Forever missed. Okay. So.
Can I heal you today?
Like I can hear him still.
Good at healing people, bad at reading people. Oh, God.
The claptrap of healing bots, like, you know, like,
yeah.
The Clippy of healing bots.
God. Rob. Alright, so. Are we going to end on the third memory then?
Let's do it.
Okay. So. Screen goes black. Before fully. Does everybody have pen and paper? Just in case you want to take notes, because there could be some things in this one. If you're all too tired, we can also wait for the next episode. It's up to you.
Let's go. You can't say there might be a thing to take
Alright,
notes
cool,
and then not give it to us.
All
Like,
right,
what?
all right. Okay, so screen goes black. The memory kind of flickers into alignment. The projector sputters a bit, struggling to reform the vastness of this memory before you all. And Gizmo, you realize that this memory is actually constructed of a few different ones. Snippets, basically showing the same aerial view of like the same breathtaking sight before you. The memory kind of finally slows down a bit, the flickering through as if like a lot of days had passed. And Venom stands at the edge of what can only truly be described as a massive circle of magic. Just on like you see the teleportation circle that you saw, the two there, Raslair and now for the Velvet Pearl. This is 4 or 5 times bigger than that. And Gizmo, your suit even kind of like buckles a bit, as I feel like it's the one kind of powering the projector itself, as you're really taking in the space that Venom is currently in. And instantly your sensors read the same energy as what you felt under the hollowed oak while you descended into the darkness of the Temple of Reflection with Fran. And it kind of snaps into place for you, Gizmo, that what you're looking at currently, the spider webs, the veins through the rock, the energy, the very blood of the earth, this is an aura vein, a ley line of the planet. Massive in scale.
Oh no. Okay.
Venom scans the circle. Venom scans the circle, and you actually see that there's like a circular workshop table that hovers near the center of it. And it kind of doesn't actually touch the intersecting veins that are all around this space, but you do see a hand thrust into the air, and you hear, "A hand, please!" And feminine voice calls out to Venom, and they slowly kind of move their way, careful not to step on any of the cracks. And a face comes into view. You see that Venom is recognizing Rusk, which is the target that they were given in the previous memory. And you can actually see in the corner that the date has been marked 14 days after the previous memory, so Venom has been undercover for the last 14 days. Rusk is a petite tiefling woman, rich lavender skin, thick horns that curl like a ram. She's wearing very simple clothing. Hands are dirty, as she's holds very similar tools to you and Al. Venom approaches, gets closer, and you hear, "Hand me the chisel there, please. Just it's from atop the workbench." And this workbench hovers so that it doesn't touch anything, which is kind of cool, but it actually rises to the height of Venom, and they're able to grab the chisel, and hand it over to Rusk. And you all watch as Rusk slowly chips away at some of the rock, thinning out the stone, soon freeing one of the intersecting veins, the aura veins themselves. Like two crossed wires almost. Just close enough. They're not touching, but there's enough to, energy could spark between them. And you see by Venom's observations that the magic pulsing through this space is natural, raw, untamed, and its uncontrollability actually makes Venom slightly uncomfortable in just the way this is not magic that even powers them. And you hear Rusk say, "An aura node, minor in comparison, of course, to what can naturally occur in our universe, but the research, if it's correct, these intersecting points will create a nexus of natural magic." And Rusk kind of looks up at Venom, and you can see that she's looking directly at them. "Do you have any interest in aura veins?" Venom nods, and the screens kind of move with their movement. And good. I wondered when they'd finally bring me some intelligent constructs instead of all the other ones they keep bringing. Come, kneel down with me. And you watch as she then brings Venom through, removing a section of living aura vein and approaching the workbench once more. And while it's disconnected, it's still alive with energy. And you watch, all of you, in horror, as this woman places the aura vein within a black heart Ethereum core on the workbench. Suspended in cables and wires, she slowly, delicately places it. Rusk then points to Venom's chest. "Your core is a combination of astralar runes creating a reaction that produces a surge of energy. It must be recharged, it must be replaced after a long period of time. But what if I could make your core limitless?" Rusk motions to the copper coils in the black heart, weaving together not around the Ethereum crystal like all the other cores, but around this aura vein, this living connection to the planet. An unlimited power source, contained in a compact manner for the common person. They could wield it at their fingertips. Think of the possibilities. Rusk draws Venom's attention behind them to 4 clockwork structures around this aura node, this intersecting point of these veins. The towers are acting almost as anchors, anchor points. You can see arcane runes carved into the metal faces, but they're not all complete yet. It's unfinished in a way, as if this is Rusk's magnificent final work. A blend of technology and harnessing the power of nature. Perhaps one day, X4T1, will finally harness the power left dormant within this world without the primal spirits. What if we could channel it to be able to cross the entire planet, or even other planes of existence, at the snap of our fingers? Imagine the essence of life at our fingertips. Limitless, she repeats. And she pauses at that point, because the earth begins to rumble beneath her, and Venom. The entire workshop rocks in a volley of deep, rumbling fumes that scatter against the mountain. Caché, you know those sounds. Bombs being dropped. Venom's screens flicker. The rocks start tumbling around the two of them, and you see new orders issued from High Command. Execute Rusk immediately. Retrieve Blackheart Ethereum Core prototype. Notes on aura veins and blueprints for Rusk's Ethereum anchors. Exit Valencia from the north entrance and wait for extraction. Leave all constructs and mortals behind. 5-minute countdown then begins. The orders have been given. And all of you watch as Venom turns their head to look at Rusk. And what follows is brutal. Venom obeys without hesitation. The power is redirected to their fists, and heavy collide with the back of her head. The sheer force of the impact breaks one of her horns in two. Knocking her to the ground, blood is pouring out as Venom kneels and continuously beats her body to death. There is a silent moment as the entire mountain is rumbling around them. It shudders under their feet as they take the Blackheart Ethereum Core, slip it into a compartment within their chest, gather the notebooks, pull Rusk's personal files, notes, and everything from her clothes, basically, and grabs the blueprints and runs, leaving behind everything. Large rocks begin falling from the ceiling. The Black Heart thumbs against Venom's core as they take off towards the extraction point, leaving everything behind. And the memory fades. And that is where we'll end tonight.
Dropping bombs,
Well,
literally and figuratively.
All of them.
Jesus Christ. Well,
So-
I'd say Venom is looking peachy.
You can deal with Venom
In the next episode.
in the next episode. But thank you all so much for joining us, and we will see you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.